welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making a ton of home decor DIYs. It's been a while since I've been moving into the flat and trying to get settled, but it's high time we did some more, so I've got quite a few ideas up my sleeve today. A lot of the items I'm using in today's video are thrifted, so hopefully you can find a lot of the supplies in your local charity shop too. And for a few of today's projects, I'm going to be using my new Cricut Explore 3. Cricut are very kindly working with me on today's video, and I'm really looking forward to sharing with you what I'm doing with my Explore 3. I'll tell you a little bit more about this when we get to the projects. If you don't have access to a Cricut though, don't worry, some of the other DIYs in today's video might be more up your alley. But if you're a serious crafter and you've been thinking of getting one for a while, this is your sign. They are a great tool for people who are really serious about crafting. You can do so much with them. Anyway, I've been chatting for a while, so let's jump into the DIYs. I bought this disco ball tile adhesive sticker paper a while ago. I think it was from Amazon. And I've been dying to use it for ages. So I'm going to recycle this old candle jar that I finished, and we're going to make a little planter for a small plant. So let's jump in. This sticker paper comes in very small sheets, so you want to make sure you measure it to see if you've got enough to wrap around the object of your choice. I would recommend something flat or curved like what I'm using here, just to make things easier for yourself. You can cut it to size with scissors or a craft knife, and then all you do is remove the backing paper and stick it straight down. It's really that simple. There's nothing fancy to it. Cut away any excess tiles and then you're done. Literally, that is it. And we have a disco ball planter. This is going to look so nice in the window with a plant in it reflecting sunlight across the room. I've had this mirror floating around in my hallway for the longest time, and I've always wanted to do something with it. And I was inspired by a print that I saw in Oliver Bonus that says disco on it. We've got a theme going today. So I'm going to take this opportunity to try out my new Cricut Explore 3 and show you what it can do. This machine is incredible. You can use a Cricut to cut anything from paper to cardboard and vinyl to iron-on transfers. The possibilities are endless. So I'm going to show you a few projects with the smart vinyl today because this comes in a load of different colors. So for my first project, I'm making the disco mirror. I wrote out the phrase on the app and pressed go, and the Cricut did all of the hard work for me. I cut this out in a few different colors, including a beautiful glittery gold. Because I was using a variety of colors and I wanted to save vinyl, I didn't cut them out as one big design. So as you can see, I've just put one thin strip of vinyl at the bottom so I can hand place them and make sure that they're going to be all in a straight line. There is a way that's much more practical for adding your design to your chosen object. I'll show you that a little bit later. I was just trying to save some vinyl, and it worked really well. I'm just now flattening the letters out using a tool here and making sure that I space them as evenly as I possibly can. And once I was done and I'd added all of my letters, this is what it looked like. This was a really simple project and I'm so pleased with how it turned out. It completely changed the look and feel of my mirror. For this next project, here's a little background story. I popped into Urban Outfitters and I saw these beautiful lamps and I thought, those are pretty. Could I make something like that? I think they had some mushroom ones as well. So I was like, let's do it. Let's make a mushroom lamp. So I went to the charity shops and I found this amazing bowl with this beautiful swirl in it. And then I also picked up a vase, which we're going to flip upside down. So the first thing I did with both of these is give them a really good clean. For this project to work, I'm going to use some LED battery operated puck lights. These are so easy, you don't need to wire them up to anything. You can also find some with a remote if you would like. I just put that together, and as you can see, I've set up my bowls how I like them, with the vase and the bowl upside down like so. And then I tried to figure out how I was going to configure this. So the first option was going to be pressing too much on the puck light, so I had to think up another plan. The next option was to put the puck light underneath the vase. I glued this into place with some strong adhesive. I let the glue dry for a few hours, and this is what it looked like. So cute. I love this little mushroom lamp. The only thing I would change is I'd probably pick a warm white puck light instead of a cool toned one. But other than that, I love the way it turned out. It's so cute. I went to Liberty's a few weeks ago and I looked around the home decor section, and there's so many candles and candle holders. I saw these ones and I thought the shapes were really interesting, so I could make that. So I went to the charity shop and I found these napkin rings for £1. These are so easy to come by and they're great for an upcycling project. Once again, this is another very simple DIY, but I'm just using some wood glue because these ones are made out of wood. It will depend on what your napkin rings are made out of as to what glue you use, and I'm literally just sticking them together. I know, it's that simple. These alone are a little bit too wide to stand candles up in or to add some flowers to without some support, so I just cut an old plastic bottle and pop that on the inside. You could use anything you've got in your recycling bin as long as it holds water if you're going to use it as a little vase. And I popped that in, glued it in place, and this is how it turned out. I think it's a really fun way to upcycle something you can find in the charity shop and make it fit with the current home decor trends. For the next project, I'm upcycling this plant pot that I've had for a while. It's fine, but it's in desperate need of a pop of colour. So, of course, the first thing I had to do was spray paint it. I'm using this lilac colour that I got in the local art supply store. I did a few coats of this and let it dry for a few hours, and when I came back, it was time to get out my Cricut Explore 3. On the Cricut app, I'm using a ton of different graphics to piece together a design that I want for the front of my pot. The one I love most is this one that says "Water Please," which is perfect for my plants because they're going to live with my nan for a few months. This flat is way too hot for them. They really don't like living here. There's not much sunlight either. So I'm hoping that this will help her remember to water them. Please water my plants, Nan. Thank you very much. Anyway, the Cricut is cutting out my designs and I'm always in awe of how quickly it does this. I can't even catch my breath or turn my camera on quick enough to catch it sometimes. So with the designs, what I'm doing here is just using my tools to weed out all of the letters to make sure I don't miss any little bits of my design, and I get rid of all of the excess. I'm doing this very slowly and gently to make sure that I don't pull at it too much. To transfer over your design, you can use transfer tape. It keeps all of your letters and graphics in perfect place. This is what I should have done with my disco mirror, but I was just too excited. I jumped right in. So I'm just using my tools to smooth that down, and then you can peel the backing off and all of your wording is perfectly in place. The next step is to apply the transfer tape with your design onto your object that you're DIYing. For me, it's the pot, and as you can see, the pot is kind of curved, so it's not as easy, but the transfer tape worked overtime, getting everything in the right place. Smooth it out to make sure there's no air bubbles, of course, and then you can very slowly remove the tape. There were a couple of sections where I pulled the tape a little bit too quickly and I pulled off some of my paint, as you can see, so I've just topped it up with a little paintbrush and some more paint, and you'd be none the wiser, you wouldn't know. I then added the last of my graphics to the front of my plant pot just to add a little extra pop of colour and something a little bit more fun to the design. And this is how it turned out. I'm so pleased with it, and I love that the Cricut helped me make exactly what I wanted for this plant pot. And one last quick project with the Cricut because I really wanted to see if I could use it as a stencil. I'm taking this glass vase that I've had for a while and I cut out this design that I found on the Cricut app. This one was a really intricate and quite small design with a lot of details, so I knew that it was going to put this project to the test. It took a while to weed it properly and make sure that I wasn't going to be missing any of the design elements, but once that was done, I was able to use the transfer tape again to apply the design to my glass. I'm mixing together some dark purple glass paint with some lightening medium to make it a little bit lighter. And I've always hated working with this paint because it's so thick and gloopy, you can't really design anything with it. So I thought if this stencil idea could work, it would be an amazing way to make a really interesting glassware piece. So I've just painted that on with a paintbrush. I did about 3 coats, letting it dry for a good few hours in between coats. And to my surprise, when I peeled off the design, this is what it looked like. I am so impressed with this because I really wanted to find a way to use this glass paint and create something really cool. So I love this. I'm going to use this as a candle holder. So that's everything for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I loved getting back into some DIY ideas. It's been really fun. Let me know if you're doing any DIYs at the moment. What are you DIYing? Tell me in the comments down below. With all of that being said, I think we can wrap it up for today. So thank you so much for watching. Happy crafting, and I'll see you next time. Bye.